Hey everybody, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. Well, my friends, big news around the SEC and Gary Gensler. The SEC is taking some losses. I want to share some details out of the Binance case, what experts are saying about this, blockchain lawyers and securities lawyers. In addition, Gary Gensler is getting called out on Twitter by former CFTC Commissioner Brian Contends, and also Ripple Stewart Alderati called out the SEC today. So I want to break this down, guys. I think the gloves are coming off here from folks in the industry because Gary Gensler and the SEC are positioning themselves for a lot of losses. I also want to talk about big news with Intel. They are about to release their Bitcoin mining chip, which is going to put the United States in the driver's seat as it comes to Bitcoin mining, guys. This is big. And if you have a laptop right now, most likely Intel supplied the chip to that, a computer or a laptop, whatever it is. So that's big news. Also, there's huge updates around crypto regulations coming out of the UK. I want to share what the folks there are doing. And we're going to talk about some crypto adoption news, what's happening this week in Congress. And in addition, Elon bought a huge stake in Twitter. I want to talk about what that means for the crypto industry as well. So we're going to break it all down. Before we do, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. If you're listening on a podcast site, please give me a 5-star rating. Guys, earlier today, I uploaded my interview with Brett Harrison, who's the president of FTX Crypto Exchange, which is the one who did that great Super Bowl ad. They're partnering with Tom Brady and Steph Curry. You don't want to miss this interview, guys. It gives you perspective into one of the largest exchanges that is making huge investments when it comes to expansion and marketing and so forth. They're also doing a lot of work in Washington, D.C. to push for crypto regulations. Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary, Anthony Scaramucci, and these folks are invested in FTX. So if you want to learn what's happening in this industry, guys, watch these interviews. You're hearing from the people who are building. So I'll put a link in the description to that interview. Now, quick word from our sponsor, and that is iTrust Capital, which allows you to trade crypto within a retirement account, which gives you a lot of tax savings and benefits, guys. You're trading within an IRA. iTrust Capital has a great platform. They have a full app. They have 25 plus cryptocurrencies and a great team that is ready to support you and help you onboard. In addition, they use top of the level security with institutional grade crypto custody, via Coinbase and Fireblocks. Best of all, it is free to sign up. There are no fees to sign up. You can go sign up today and see if it's for you. There are no hidden fees. There's no monthly subscription or anything like that. And if you use my link in the description, you will get a $100 funding bonus. So be sure to check it out. Link in the description. Let's look at the market cap here. As far as prices, Bitcoin still moving sideways, building some support levels here. And as we've been talking about, we're waiting for the continuation of the blast off into Bitcoin's retracement to 55, 58K. And then, of course, the epic historic alt season. That is what we are looking out for. So right now, Bitcoin at $46,513, Ethereum back over 3,500. Ethereum's been on a tear lately. BNB at $447. Solana, my goodness. If you're holding Solana, you're up significantly. It's at $130. Luna has been blasting off, of course, at $116. Cardano at $1.21. XRP, not so good right now today, but these are daily prices. It's currently at 82 cents. So we just have to be patient, guys. And we look at the Bitcoin weekly chart here. We're seeing a weak green candle forming for this week. Obviously, last week closed on a weak red candle. I would take a weak red candle over a strong red candle, of course. So we are expecting the continuation of an uptrend and to keep going up, guys. So we just got to be patient and let things play out. Here's what the total market cap looks like as far as altcoins. Excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So the altcoins closed in the green last week, which is a good sign. Right now, it's the week. So far for the week, they're in the red, a weak red candle. And this could easily flip, of course. So we just got to wait to see what's going to happen. Now, obviously, the Bitcoin conference is this week. So we could hear maybe some big announcements that, cause the market to pump. But we'll have to wait and see. We don't know what is going to be announced. But let's see what happens. The conference is from April 6th through the 9th. Now, Here's what analyst Crypto Miss had to say. She shared the following chart saying 1 week bullish MACD crossover confirmed. Last time we had this under the midpoint was last year, April, when Bitcoin was at 8K right before the parabolic move up. So very, very interesting. Certainly a lot of these signals are showing that we are ready to blast off to higher prices. Now, whether that yields new all-time highs for Bitcoin, I don't know. Right now, I'm playing it cautious because I think Bitcoin's going to go to 55, 58K. This is a theory blockchain backer has. So I'm taking some profits there. Obviously, I'll be taking profits for altcoins as they pop off as well. Now, let's jump into the news, guys. Brian Contends, who's a former CFTC commissioner, pro-crypto, and I've interviewed him on the channel. Many of you may have seen that interview. If you haven't, I'll put a link in the description. Boy, it's so funny that these guys are calling out Gary Gensler. Look at what he tweeted. And this is with regards to an article from Bloomberg, which is dated April 4th. So today, titled SEC's Gensler calls for watchdogs to collaborate on crypto oversight. SEC seeks derivatives regulators to help rein in exchanges. Agencies, lawmakers have been jockeying over jurisdiction. All of a sudden, Goldman Gary's like, guys, I need help. The SEC needs help. Before it was, all of this should be under the SEC. Many of these things are securities, and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. This is why I said the Biden crypto executive order was a major blow for Gensler and Elizabeth Warren, those two peas in a pod, included Janet Yellen too. And we saw Janet Yellen flip her script, right? The narrative is different. She started talking about innovation. All of a sudden, Goldman Gary, he's getting interviewed by Jon Stewart. He's talking about the SEC can take losses. Now he's asking for help when he was huffing and puffing before. And I'm not the only one who's saying this. Look at what Brian Contends said. He says, ha, ha, ha. You know someone is starting to lose control of the narrative when they publicly call for coordination. Gensler knows he's in trouble. All that huffing and puffing and all the bullshit he was spewing on TV and statements he was making, now he's got to get in line. And guess what? He's feeling the pressure from the Biden administration with the crypto executive order, because now he's forced to go talk to the other folks. And remember, the folks at the CFTC don't like what the SEC is doing, and many other agencies as well. So Gensler knows he's in a minority here, and all eyes are on him and what he's been doing and all the statements he's been making. And remember, members of Congress, a bipartisan group, Democrats and Republicans, have come together and they've been sending him letters, right, led by Tom Emmer, saying, hey, fix crypto reporting. You're putting too much pressure on crypto and blockchain companies. So he's getting called out, guys. I love this. This is what I've been talking about for a long time, right? I got the receipts. I said, keep tweeting, keep emailing, keep making content, keep contacting representatives, put the pressure, that pressure. And also it's going to be bad optics for him, right? He's getting bad media mentions now from Fox Business and many other news and mainstream media news folks. So this is good news here. Now, in addition, John Deaton tweeted Brian Contends' tweet here, calling out Gary Gensler. He said the SEC's conduct, inconsistency, lack of clarity in its attempt to pick winners and losers within the crypto space should bar it from having jurisdiction over crypto assets moving forward. Absolutely agree with John. Brian replied saying, I agree. It's one thing to exercise statutory authority. It's another to manipulate statutory ambiguity and then hide behind deliberative process privilege to exert control and harm the very people an agency should protect. Well said, Brian. Now, remember in my interview with Brian, he said, I despise regulation by enforcement. And that is what the SEC has been doing. So much respect to Brian Contends, because it takes balls to do this, right? Especially someone who's connected to the government, to go out and publicly criticize and call out Gensler and the SEC. So much respect to him. Now, Stuart Alderati, Ripple's general counsel, he tweeted out the following. He said, so let me get this straight. Chair Gensler isn't a lawyer, but he once visited a law library. So Gensler put together some remarks here, and this was published today. It says, prepared remarks for Gary Gensler on Crypto Markets Penn Law Capital Markets Association annual conference, saying, pretty much Gensler is trying to flex his muscle and do some PR stuff here, but he doesn't have the credibility, and he isn't a lawyer, clearly, right? And I'm glad folks are going on the offensive, and this is what I've been talking about for so long, right, guys? We have to go on the offensive. It's like Raoul Pal said in my interview with him. We have to fight. And that is, you need to drum up as much noise as possible, not making up fake stuff, but rather call out the hypocrisy, show the facts. Clearly in the library situation, clearly in the Ethereum free pass, clearly in the Ripple lawsuit, right? The SEC is wrong, guys. So I love this. I love this. Now, let's continue. J.W. Verrett, who I recently interviewed, he's a blockchain law professor. He was part of the SEC advisory committee. By the way, he spoke to Jay Clayton and stuff before the lawsuit. So he's well connected and he knows all these folks in Washington, D.C. Well, he tweeted out this article here, and this was actually from a few days ago, titled Binance Wins Dismissal of Class Action Over 2018 tokens that tanked. The judge ruled domestic law doesn't apply to Binance as it is not an exchange domestic to the US the case was filed too late. So let me give you some more details here. A federal judge has dismissed a class action complaint asserting Binance violated US securities laws by not registering as a broker-dealer or exchange and sold crypto tokens that were not registered with the US SEC. Now, here's what JW had to say. Some good news for DeFi, bad news for Gary Gensler. In a case against Binance last week, a judge ruled that Binance didn't have sufficient context to be considered operating an unregistered exchange in the US. He says some of the analysis in the case is about Section 12 issues where the SEC doesn't operate under the same standard as private plaintiffs. The win for Binance on exchange registration is nevertheless a blow for Gary. Guys, this is significant. And once again, the SEC is going to take some big losses. I believe they're going to lose that Ripple lawsuit. And I hope they lose the library lawsuit as well, because we know the SEC has been acting shady, as Coinbase CEO so eloquently put it, right? He tweeted out, the head of the largest exchange in the US that's public, tweeted out the SEC is acting shady. Everyone is seeing it. It is rotten at its core. The only person I give credit to and who I don't put into that under these comments is Hester Peirce, and she's been calling them out as well. So I think the SEC is going to take some losses soon, and I think we need Congress to act and put the SEC in their place and spread out the regulations, not heavy-handed or draconian regulations. You want innovation to flourish, right? So you don't want heavy-handed regulations. So they need to make sure they do this right. But the SEC, I think, is in a weak point right now. And I think some losses are coming their way, guys. This is good news. Now, speaking of Binance, the mass marketing continues. Yesterday, I think we talked about CZ and Mike Tyson. Well, they did a Twitter space today with Mike Tyson and CZ and some folks from Binance. And in addition, Binance formally announces they are the first ever crypto exchange partner of the Grammy Awards. Wow. Guys, bullish times are ahead. Crypto is going to go mainstream, and you're going to see mass adoption. We're still early, but you can see the process has started for that mass adoption, guys. Now, speaking of adoption, this is huge news. I don't care if you hate Bitcoin, but this is massive. Intel launches their new Bitcoin mining chip, the Blockscale ASIC. It says here, Intel's new Bitcoin mining chip, the Intel Blockscale ASIC, will ship in Q3 of 2022 to select customers. Guys, I'm going to go back to what I've been saying for years. Those of you who've been subscribing with me for years, you know I talked about the Bitcoin mining wars. Go check the videos I did, right? When Trump was president, I said the United States was not going to let China control the hash rate. What happened? China banned. All the majority of miners came to the United States. United States now leads in the mining with hash rate and so forth. Now they're entering into the chip development and even more efficient than what what Bitmain has been making. And of course, Bitmain and a lot of manufacturers are overseas in China. Guys, this is a big chess move. And if you've been watching the market for years, this is facts over feelings now. You'll see what is at play here. So Intel's chip focus on energy efficiency and sustainability will operate up to a 26 joule J/TH. I forgot what the abbreviation stands for, of power efficiency. The chip maker will supply customers with only the ASIC chip itself instead of shipping a fully fledged mining system as currently common in the industry. Folks, this is massive. And if you understand the geopolitical setup of what's happening in the economy, in the world, and a big player like Intel, if you are watching this on a phone, a laptop, a TV, or some sort of computer, most likely there's a chip built by Intel in there. Just think about that. Big things are ahead, and Bitcoin mining is not going to stop. It doesn't matter what the energy people say. Now, I want to make sure I'm clear. I believe in protecting the environment. I believe that we should do our best to keep the environment clean, reduce as much of dirty energy as possible. And some people are going to all of a sudden have a knee-jerk reaction. Oh, you see, Bitcoin mining is taking and bad for the environment and so forth. But they will always ignore the benefits. The movement of Bitcoin and decentralized money at this point, now hear me out, at this point is bigger than any energy concerns. Do I believe this issue of energy needs to be fixed? Absolutely. And I think we see a lot of steps to make sure it's more efficient, to use more renewable energy and so forth, right? The Bitcoin Mining Council was formed. Elon called out Bitcoin miners about this. So they're moving in the right direction, and the governments are allowing it. So regardless of what your feelings or emotions or ideals or principles or visions are, things are moving ahead with big companies and the government. So you got to look at this holistically, not through a tunnel vision now. All right. UK's finance minister says he's taking steps to position the UK as a global crypto tech hub. The governments are on board, my friends. This is great news. Obviously, the United States was a big domino that fell with Biden's crypto executive order. You have the UK, you have many other countries now that are jumping in. So I love what I'm hearing, guys. This is significant. So I'm not going to go through everything, but they're looking to adopt crypto and foster innovation, guys. Now, Elon Musk has taken a 9.2% stake in Twitter. Now, some of you who follow Elon on Twitter, you may have noticed he's been talking about free speech and social platforms. So this is a big move. He's now the largest shareholder. He has the largest stake in Twitter. So let's see what he does, as far as free speech. But one thing we know, Elon holds crypto. Tesla and SpaceX have Bitcoin on their balance sheet. Twitter has always been a crypto-friendly platform because of Jack Dorsey, who's obviously no longer there. And, Elon could certainly continue the trend of integrating more crypto. So we'll see what he does. Obviously, this is not a crypto-specific news item, but nevertheless, Elon has crypto on his mind. We know this, and he's going to probably do something interesting. So we'll have to wait and see. Now, speaking of adoption here, luxury brand Off-White accepts crypto payments across flagship stores. The fashion label will leverage an arbitrage system provided by Berlin-based Lunu to buy volatile, I don't know why they spelled it that way, to buy volatile crypto prices according to to buoy volatile crypto prices, according to a report by Vogue Business. Sorry, guys, sometimes the word just threw me off there. So we're just seeing more retailers and different folks saying, okay, we're going to accept crypto, or we're going to put it on our balance sheet, or we're going to create our own token, or whatever it may be. This is all bullish news. This is signs of adoption. Dominoes are falling, guys. Here's a study by Investopedia survey. 1 in 4 millennials now use crypto to fund retirement. Guess what? That number is going to increase, not only for millennials, for boomers and so forth, because once an ETF comes along, a lot of the retirement capital will flow into the market, guys. Bullish times are ahead. This week, Ron Hammond, a blockchain association, gave his weekly update on Congress and crypto, and it looks like Janet Yellen will be speaking on Wednesday. I'll try to get an interview with Ron to give you guys an update. Yellen will be testifying in the House of Financial Services Committee on Wednesday. We'll see what she has to say. Remember, she just flipped her narrative about crypto and looking at it from a more positive light. So there's some other meetings about stable coins. Those things continue. Nothing, specifically new. But once again, I'll try to get an interview with Ron to get a quick recap for you guys. But bullish times are ahead. Keyword here is patience. Patience, patience, patience. I've been here since 2016. I've seen booms. I've seen busts. I love the booms, but you can't have them without the bust. And I've always said, have a macro level view on this market, guys. It's very important to have that view. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about the news and Gary Gensler and the SEC taking some losses, and also it looks like they're lining up for more losses. I think this is good news for the market, and we need to get him back in his place and to slow his roll a little bit. Let me know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I'll talk to you all later.